Welcome to the Inner Citadel, the Stoic guide to handling toxic people. In today's fast-paced world, maintaining your mental well-being can be a real challenge, especially when dealing with toxic individuals. Have you ever felt drained or frustrated after interacting with someone negative? Toxic people have a knack for disrupting our emotional balance, leaving us feeling powerless. But what if there were practical strategies to help you navigate these difficult interactions? Let's explore 13 actionable ideas to protect your peace. 1. Identifying and understanding toxic behavior. Imagine you're the guard of your own personal fortress, representing your inner calm, physical health, and emotional safety. The first step in protecting this space is awareness. Just as a vigilant guard must spot potential threats, you need to recognize the signs that a toxic person is entering your life. It's not what happens to you that matters, but how you interpret it. Toxic people don't have the power to control your emotions. Your reaction and perspective do. Cultivating a calm, objective mindset is key to managing these interactions. Here are some warning signs of toxic behavior. Constant criticism, whether direct or subtle. Toxic individuals may consistently find fault with you, leaving you feeling uncertain about your abilities. Manipulation, they may use flattery, guilt trips, or threats to influence your actions. Negativity, toxic individuals often thrive on negativity, constantly complaining and dragging others down with their pessimism. In addition to these general signs, be on the lookout for specific toxic personalities. The narcissist, initially charming, but ultimately one-sided, leaving you emotionally drained. The gossip spreads rumors, causes friction, and enjoys stirring up trouble. The energy vampire leaves you feeling emotionally and mentally exhausted after every interaction. By recognizing these toxic behaviors and personalities, you can better anticipate their strategies and protect your emotional well-being. 2. Fortify your boundaries. Just as a leader must possess strength, knowledge, and determination to protect their realm, you too need to strengthen the boundaries that protect your peace of mind. Building and maintaining strong emotional walls will help you safeguard your inner calm from external negativity. Your emotional well-being depends on strong boundaries. These boundaries are the foundation of your personal fortress when dealing with toxic people. Boundaries are the clear lines you draw to define what behavior you will and will not tolerate. Just as a powerful leader would not allow their territory to be violated, you must protect your emotional space. To begin, identify the activities that drain your energy or challenge your sense of self. Is it a friend's constant negativity, a coworker's manipulative behavior, or a family member's intrusive advice? Be honest with yourself about what you can no longer tolerate. Once you've identified your boundaries, the next step is to communicate them clearly and directly. Stand firm, but be fair. Here are some strategies to help. Express your feelings. Use I statements to describe how you feel instead of placing blame. For example, instead of saying "you're always so negative," try "I feel drained," when conversations focus only on the negative. Be specific. Avoid vague language that can lead to misunderstandings. Instead of saying "I need some space," say "I can't talk right now, but I'd be happy to chat later this week." Stay firm and kind. There's a difference between being assertive and aggressive. Communicate your point with confidence, but without hostility. Remember, setting boundaries isn't a one-time event. You need to consistently enforce them. If a toxic person ignores your boundaries, calmly remind them of the limits you've set. In some cases, you might need to reduce contact or completely step away from the situation. Establishing boundaries isn't about punishing others, it's about protecting yourself. By creating this space, you allow yourself to cultivate inner peace and emotional resilience. Strong boundaries are essential for maintaining your well-being. 3. Become uninteresting to emotional instigators. Some toxic individuals thrive on drama and negativity. They seek attention and feed off your emotional reactions. They'll provoke you, hoping for a spark of anger or hurt to fuel their behavior. One effective strategy in dealing with these individuals is to become emotionally unresponsive. This is where the gray rock method comes in. The idea is to present yourself as emotionally neutral, like a plain gray rock, uninteresting and unengaging. This approach minimizes their ability to provoke a reaction, making you less of a target for their negativity. Toxic people often crave attention, whether it's positive or negative. The key to managing their behavior is to starve them of this attention. The gray rock method is a strategy that involves providing neutral, uninteresting responses, denying them the emotional reaction they seek. When they try to stir up drama, you remain as unengaging as a dull rock, shielding yourself with calm and neutral replies. For example, If a toxic friend criticizes your work, you could simply respond with, "That's interesting," and leave it at that. By refusing to fuel their negativity, you prevent them from controlling your emotions. Toxic individuals may use sarcasm, guilt trips, or outright hostility to provoke a reaction, but it's essential to avoid getting drawn into their emotional chaos. Stay composed, respond factually, and refuse to engage in their drama. Remember, this technique isn't about completely shutting down, it's about protecting yourself from their emotional manipulation. While the gray rock method is effective, it's not a miracle cure. Some toxic people may initially escalate their behavior to test your resolve. Stay calm, consistent, and remind yourself that you're not responsible for their negativity. By applying this method, you can transform yourself from a passive victim of their drama into an unaffected observer, protecting your emotional well-being. 4. The broken record technique. Imagine dealing with a relentless stream of manipulation, a toxic person constantly chipping away at your boundaries with deceptive arguments and emotional pressure. This can be both exhausting and unpleasant. But don't worry, there's a powerful technique called the broken record method that can help. The broken record technique involves calmly and persistently repeating your position, much like a broken record that keeps skipping on the same track. This simple yet effective strategy can repel attempts to undermine you and keep you focused on your needs. Manipulators often use emotional tactics like flattery, guilt, or anger to get their way. By sticking to your repeated message, you can deflect their attempts to control you and keep the conversation grounded in logic. This consistent repetition can be unsettling for manipulators, as it disrupts their flow and exposes the flaws in their arguments. Imagine a strong rock being battered by waves it doesn't budge. Similarly, by using the broken record technique, you can remain steadfast in your stance and protect yourself from emotional manipulation. Contrary to popular belief, the broken record technique does not involve confrontation. Instead, it requires maintaining a firm focus on your stance while calmly enforcing your boundaries. It's important to remember that staying calm and focused will help you safeguard your peace and avoid being exploited. 5. Don't take the bait. Imagine someone casting a line baited with negative thoughts, hoping to reel you into emotional drama. They may throw provocations, insults, or guilt trips your way, all in an attempt to trigger a reaction and fuel their negativity. This is a common strategy used by toxic individuals. Recognizing this strategy is the first step to avoiding it. Pay attention to the signals that indicate someone is trying to provoke you. Is it a sarcastic remark, a veiled insult, or a guilt trip disguised as a suggestion? By identifying their tactics, you can render them ineffective. The bait is designed to elicit emotions like anger or defensiveness, but detaching from these emotional triggers puts you in control. Imagine you're observing the bait without biting. By not reacting, you diminish their power. Without the fuel of your reaction, the drama they attempt to create loses momentum. Their hurtful comments hang in the air, eventually losing their impact. This doesn't mean becoming cold or uncaring. Instead, it's about focusing your energy on things you can control and letting go of negative emotions that only serve to pull you down. By not engaging in their emotional games, you protect your inner peace and demonstrate that you won't be drawn into their web of negativity. 6. The art of non-reaction. Some people thrive on arguments and use words as weapons to provoke you. These verbal attacks are designed to incite anger or humiliation, pulling you into their emotional world. But there's a powerful tactic that's often overlooked: the art of non-reaction. When used intentionally, silence can be a powerful tool against verbal attacks. It disrupts the dynamic they're seeking and disarms them. Remaining quiet in the face of provocation may not come naturally, as we're often conditioned to defend ourselves or win arguments. However, mastering the ability to stay calm and composed in such moments shows true control. Think of it like a tennis match where your opponent serves the ball, but the court is empty. Their powerful serve lands with a thud, and everything is met with silence. In this scenario, silence isn't empty. It sends a clear message of strength and control. It shows that you won't engage in their negative behavior or be manipulated by their words. It's important to anticipate that some people may escalate their efforts when their initial attempts fail. They may increase their verbal attacks in an effort to provoke a reaction. But by maintaining your composure and staying silent, you reinforce your boundaries and protect your peace. Silence is not a sign of weakness. Instead, it is a powerful tool used by those who are truly strong. The ability to stay quiet in the face of provocation isn't always the right response, but it can be a crucial defense mechanism in many situations. When used strategically, silence can disarm toxic people, protect your inner peace, and show that you are in control of your emotions. By choosing silence, you send a powerful message that you won't participate in their games. 7. Limit your exposure. Imagine you are inside a well-fortified citadel, where your mental well-being is protected by strong boundaries. Even the sturdiest walls, however, cannot completely shield you from external threats. Toxic people, like persistent intruders, may still try to breach your defenses. While you can't control the actions of others, you can control how much time you spend around them. One of the first lines of defense is to limit your exposure to toxic individuals whenever possible. This might mean rescheduling a lunch or politely excusing yourself from a conversation. Remember, this isn't about being rude, it's about self-preservation. Just as a wise leader wouldn't send troops into an unnecessary battle, you shouldn't subject yourself to negativity that can be avoided. Of course, it's not always possible to completely avoid toxic people. Sometimes they are colleagues, family members, or close acquaintances. In these cases, creating emotional distance is essential. You can achieve this by mentally detaching from their negativity. Observe their behavior without letting it affect your mood or perspective. Reframe their negativity into something neutral. For example, if a coworker is constantly complaining, you might tell yourself they're having a tough day instead of letting their mood bring you down. Toxic people feed on negativity, so focusing on the positive aspects of your life, your passions, meaningful work, and supportive friends can serve as a buffer against their influence. These positive elements act as a protective shield, guarding your peace of mind. There is no cowardice in limiting your exposure, whether physically or emotionally. Protecting your inner peace and practicing self-care are crucial. By reducing your interactions with negative people and situations, you create more space for positivity and personal growth. Imagine your fortress surrounded by a moat, both a physical and emotional barrier that keeps negativity at bay. 8. Build your support system. Picture yourself as a guard at the entrance to your inner castle. Your walls are fortified with boundaries, you've mastered the art of non-reaction, and you've minimized your exposure to toxic individuals. However, even the strongest warriors need a solid flank, a group of trusted allies, to truly secure their position. Your support system is that vital flank, ensuring you maintain your inner peace while dealing with negativity. Surround yourself with people who uplift you, share your core values, and provide encouragement. In challenging times, they are the ones you can turn to for advice and reassurance. Their understanding and compassion offer a safe space to vent your frustrations and process your experiences. A strong support system acts as a counterbalance to the effects of toxic people. While toxic individuals may erode your sense of self-worth, your support system reminds you of your strengths and the value you bring to the world. Their belief in you can rekindle your inner drive, especially when negativity threatens to extinguish it. When building a network of supportive individuals, it's crucial to find those who embody the qualities you aspire to develop. Surrounding yourself with positive role models who demonstrate strength, resilience, and an optimistic outlook can inspire and help you manage negative situations with greater grace. Cultivating a solid support system is an ongoing process that requires nurturing existing relationships and seeking out new connections that align with your values. To build this strong support network, consider these strategies. Invest in quality time, prioritize meaningful interactions with those who form the core of your support system. Share experiences, listen to each other, and strengthen your connection through regular engagement. Join like-minded communities, seek out clubs, volunteer organizations, or online groups that reflect your interests and values. These environments are filled with people who can naturally offer support and encouragement. Express gratitude. Never underestimate the power of showing appreciation. Thank those who support you for the positive impact they have on your well-being and for standing by you through thick and thin. By cultivating a robust network, you create a powerful shield against negativity. Surrounding yourself with positive influences gives you strength, perspective, and renewed optimism. Even the most well-guarded fortress benefits from external support, and your trusted companions become your steadfast defenders, ensuring your inner peace remains secure. 9. Prioritize self-care. Dealing with toxic individuals can feel like facing a relentless assault. Your emotional energy depletes, and you may find yourself feeling drained. To protect yourself from negativity, self-care becomes essential. Just as a warrior would tend to their wounds after a battle, you must prioritize self-care to maintain your well-being. Make self-care a regular part of your daily routine, treating it as an investment in your mental and emotional health. Schedule it alongside other important tasks, ensuring that you take the time to recharge. Here are some self-care strategies to consider. Engage in activities that bring you joy. Identify what truly brings you happiness and relaxation. Whether it's physical activities like running or yoga, or creative pursuits like painting or writing, immerse yourself in these experiences to distress and regain energy. Practice mindfulness and meditation. Meditation helps calm your mind, disengage from negative thoughts, and cultivate inner peace. Incorporating mindfulness practices into your routine gives you a powerful tool to manage stress and protect yourself from negativity. Seek solace in nature. Spending time in natural settings, whether it's a walk in the park or a hike through the woods, can significantly improve your well-being. Nature has a calming effect that helps alleviate stress and elevate your mood. If you want to gain perspective and combat negativity from toxic individuals, immerse yourself in nature. Think of this as preventive maintenance for your emotional well-being. Self-care is like fortifying your defenses. A well-rested and centered person is much better equipped to handle negative emotions. Just as a warrior ensures their armor is strong and their sword sharp, you can build emotional resilience through self-care practices. Listen to your body. It constantly communicates with you, signaling when you're exhausted, tense, or emotionally drained. Pay attention to these signs and make self-care a priority before reaching the point of burnout. Simple routines like healthy eating, getting enough sleep, and taking breaks throughout the day form the foundation of your emotional resilience. Just as you set boundaries with toxic individuals, establish boundaries around your self-care time. This could mean politely declining requests that interfere with your relaxation or dedicating specific times during the day for activities that recharge you. Remember, prioritizing your well-being isn't selfish, it's essential for maintaining emotional balance. Incorporating self-care into your routine makes you stronger and more balanced, much like a warrior ready to face any challenge. A full emotional battery enables you to deflect negativity more effectively and spread positivity, creating a strong shield against toxic influences. 10. Remember, it's not about you. Picture a dark cloud looming over you, spreading negativity and blocking your view of the outside world. This is what it can feel like when dealing with toxic people. They project their worries, insecurities, and issues onto others, creating a poisonous environment. In this situation, the Stoic concept of prohairesis, viewing yourself as a rational observer, becomes a powerful defense. By detaching emotionally, you can observe the situation objectively, understanding that the negativity is not a reflection of you, but of their own internal struggles. Using Stoic detachment allows you to recognize their behavior as a projection of their issues, not a judgment of your worth. Like a dark cloud that casts a shadow but doesn't change the ground beneath it, their negativity doesn't define you. The sun still shines above, no matter how cloudy it seems. As Epictetus reminds us, it's not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Don't waste your valuable time and energy on the negativity of others. Focus on your path to virtue and peace, maintaining emotional distance while showing compassion. Detachment doesn't mean apathy, it means protecting your inner calm by becoming a centered observer rather than a passive target. 11. Don't try to fix them. The urge to fix or heal others, especially those we care about, can be strong. However, in Stoicism, this approach often leads to frustration and emotional exhaustion. Real change in toxic individuals, like plants choked by weeds, requires their own willpower and effort. Stoicism emphasizes focusing on what you can control: your reactions and interactions. You can't force transformation in someone else, it's up to them to take responsibility for their growth. Accountability for a toxic person's actions lies solely with them. They must choose to confront their negative emotions and seek a path toward improvement. Taking on this responsibility for them only creates an unhealthy dynamic and prevents them from owning their issues. A core principle of Stoicism is accepting what is beyond our control, including the actions of others, external circumstances, and life's unpredictable nature. Toxic behavior is a prime example of something outside your control. By accepting this, you free yourself from the futile effort of trying to change them. Imagine your inner tranquility as a flourishing garden. Toxic individuals with their negative attitudes are like weeds threatening to choke the growth you've nurtured. Trying to uproot those weeds from someone else's garden is a waste of your time and energy. Instead, focus on what truly matters: cultivating positive relationships, tending to your virtues, and practicing self-care. While Stoicism emphasizes helping others achieve virtue, it's important to recognize your limits. If you feel compelled to help, encourage toxic individuals to reflect on their actions, but don't attempt to dictate their path. Offering a book on communication, recommending a therapist, or gently suggesting they consider the impact of their behavior are ways to stimulate their introspection. The most impactful way to influence others is by embodying Stoic principles yourself. Through your calm demeanor, measured responses, and commitment to virtue, you can lead by example. Sometimes, despite your best efforts, a toxic person may remain entrenched in negativity. In such cases, it's crucial to know when to distance yourself. Stoicism teaches the importance of setting boundaries and, if necessary, removing yourself from situations that threaten your well-being. Remember, you cannot control their journey, but you can choose your own path. By internalizing these ideas, you transform from a frustrated fixer into a stoic guide, someone who provides support without compromising their own health. This allows your inner garden to thrive, even when weeds grow elsewhere. 12. When to walk away. Imagine seeking refuge within the tranquility of your stoic stronghold. You've cultivated emotional detachment, nurtured a healthy inner garden, and fortified your defenses by setting boundaries. Yet, despite your best efforts, the negativity of a toxic individual continues to breach your walls. Recognizing when to walk away is a fundamental stoic principle. Leaving a toxic relationship, especially with close family or coworkers, can be incredibly difficult. However, prioritizing your mental health is crucial. Stoicism values living a virtuous and rational life, and maintaining a relationship that disrupts your inner peace contradicts these ideals. Your inner serenity is a sacred sanctuary, protected through self-care, mindfulness, and stoic practices. A toxic person's relentless negativity is akin to a siege on your fortress. By removing yourself from the situation, you safeguard your emotional well-being and secure your sanctuary. Focus on what truly matters. Seneca, a great Stoic philosopher, reminds us that life is precious, the whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately. Staying in an unhealthy relationship wastes valuable time and energy. By moving away from what holds you back, you allow space for positive connections, meaningful pursuits, and experiences that nourish your spirit. Stoicism teaches acceptance of what we cannot control, including others' behavior. Detachment in this context isn't weakness or defeat, it's acknowledging the reality you cannot change and choosing to detach from negative emotions. You're not abandoning the person, but rather the toxic dynamic that harms your mind and body. Walking away is not a decision to be made lightly. Consider these factors. Have you exhausted all other options? Have you tried communicating, setting boundaries, or offering resources? Is the negativity a recurring pattern or a one-time event? Does the relationship significantly impact your well-being? Leaving doesn't have to involve a dramatic exit. Gradual withdrawal, politely declining invitations, or simply reducing communication can be effective strategies. Remember, removing yourself from a toxic situation is an act of stoic self-care and protection of your inner calm. Prioritizing your well-being allows you to live a life led by reason, virtue, and peace, creating room for positive relationships and enriching experiences. 13. Forgive yourself. As you set out on your journey, carrying the weight of anger and resentment towards a toxic individual can slow you down and drain your energy. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, forgiveness is about releasing this emotional burden, not for the sake of the other person, but for your own well-being. Stoicism emphasizes accepting what is beyond our control, and the actions of others are a prime example of this. Holding on to hate and resentment towards someone who has created a toxic environment only harms you, contaminating your present and casting a shadow over your future. Stoic principles guide us to forgive ourselves and let go of negativity in the following ways. Focus on your inner world. According to the Stoics, true power lies in controlling your own thoughts and actions, rather than external events. To regain control of your inner world and make space for peace and emotional well-being, start by forgiving yourself and releasing any lingering animosity. Forgiveness, in the Stoic sense, doesn't mean condoning the toxic person's behavior, but rather accepting what has happened, acknowledging it's beyond your control, and deciding to move forward with a lighter heart. Marcus Aurelius reminds us you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. By forgiving yourself, you reclaim this power and break the cycle of negativity. Holding on to resentment is like being imprisoned by your own emotions. Even if the toxic person is no longer in your life, holding on to resentment continues to impact you. Forgiving yourself releases you from these emotional chains. Fostering forgiveness, understand and acknowledge your feelings of anger, hurt, or resentment. Suppressing these emotions only delays healing. Practice self-compassion by treating yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend in a similar situation. Reflect objectively on the event. Consider if the toxic individual acted out of malice, or if there were other factors influencing their behavior. Shifting your perspective can foster empathy and understanding, paving the way for forgiveness. Forgiveness, as a gift, forgiving yourself, is a gift you offer to yourself. It creates space for emotional healing and a more fulfilling life. Imagine your journey with a lighter backpack and heart, ready to embrace future adventures with renewed strength and tranquility. By applying these 13 Stoic-inspired methods, you can transform from a passive victim of toxic behavior into a resilient warrior of your inner peace. Remember, a life free of negativity is a life worth striving for. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the inner citadel. If you found value in today's exploration of managing toxic influences and nurturing your inner peace, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more insights on cultivating a resilient and fulfilling life. Remember, true strength comes from within, and your inner citadel is your sanctuary. Stay resilient, stay mindful, and until next time, keep building that inner fortress. Watch our next video for more on living a life of virtue and serenity. See you soon.